What's up, IG? So basically in this video, I'm going to show you how to make your content good and wide. And what I mean by that is how do you repurpose one piece of content into many other pieces of content and keep that quality level at a high enough level so that, people will actually consume what you're producing. One thing I'll say to start for quality is having a good mic. I have a bad mic right now, and I think it would make a very big difference, a good difference too, if I had a good mic. So that's one thing I would add, but mic shouldn't stop you. Next thing I'll say, first things first, start with a podcast. I think podcasts are the most fundamental. They're like that base of some sort of content you're going to distribute. So make a podcast, make it a video podcast. You can do it any way you want. I say write down 3 different questions that you're going to ask yourself so you can talk about them. Video yourself exactly like I am right now because I will make this a podcast as well. And then just kind of talk, talk from 15, 10, 15, however long you want, up to an hour even. You can talk for 3 hours straight. Podcast, you can go as long as you want. From that podcast, you make a YouTube video first. And if you don't get video or you can't have a good video production, just get the audio and put it on a picture on YouTube. There's no excuse for not posting it on YouTube. Then put it on any sort of podcast platform. I know there's a couple. I use Anchor, so that distributes it to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, a few others. And now I have 2 pieces. Next, I go into that podcast, and since it's on YouTube, I'll show you this. Once it's on YouTube, you can go back here, choose whatever video you want. So I'm just going to choose this podcast I did with Jim Davies. And then what you do is you go over here, you go on to captions, turn on captions. Let's say right here, I'll just turn the audio off. Let's say right here was a part that I wanted to record. I will screen record it with my video. Here, I'll show you on my phone. So right now I'm just doing the audio back over iMovie, and so I'm just editing this. But what you can see is I'm in YouTube now, and I just have turned on captions. I'm screen recording my screen. English captions
home
on.
team is playing against a different town. Not only are you getting...
So I can just play any part of the video and record it just from there and repurpose that straight from here to Instagram. So you don't need any kind of crazy editing software to make content on Instagram with captions. So now you can repurpose different parts of your podcast for Instagram. And you'll actually notice if you're watching this video, there's going to be captions down here right now. And that's because I actually uploaded what you're seeing right now to YouTube first. Then I went back there, recorded it, and repurposed it for Instagram where you might be watching it right now. After that, another way you're going to be able to create more content is to go through the podcast and look for little one-liners that you say that you thought might have been good. I was on a podcast earlier today and I was taking notes while during the podcast. That's a way to help me kind of remember and stay on track during it. And I wrote down a good tweet. You can see that there for myself to tweet later on. And it says, the tweet idea says, train yourself to not listen to yourself. I think that's just a good little one-liner that has a nice little ring to it. So what I'm going to do, now I'm going to go to Twitter and tweet this. So now you can see I screen recorded again on my iPhone myself in Twitter, and I'm just tweeting out the tweet, train yourself to not listen to yourself, is what I'm going to be writing out. And I'm just doing another voiceover, again, in iMovie, all right on my phone. So this overcomes the objection that you need a desktop computer to produce a lot of content. That's not true. In today's age, your phone is able to edit your content, and you can produce quality content very easy. So after I tweet it, I'm going to go back and I'm going to screenshot the photo, crop out the kind of dust, crop out the sides that are no good, and I'm just going to make it a completely black screen. From there, again, I'm going to go into my Photos app and I'm going to click on that photo, and I'm going to screenshot it again. And the reason for this is so I can position it and crop it so it will be native to Instagram. And I'm going to do both the Instagram portion of that and the tweet portion. So make a picture, make a tweet that I repurpose for Instagram 3 to 5 times for each podcast. Same idea with the little short clips that I'm going to take from the video to put on Instagram. And just to show you one last part, I use YouTube to MP3 to put the YouTube file into an audio format so that way I can upload it to Anchor. So I'll just show you real quick. Go here, click on the link. Very simple. Then you just go to the podcast that you want, copy and paste it, and then it will convert the file to a download. And then what you can go is you go to anchor.com and you can go ahead and click new episode and upload it right there. And that's all you need to do. And again, I really want to overcome this objection that you need a desktop computer to produce good content. As you can see, I'm producing this video that you just watched right now in iMovie on my phone, and I'm also doing this audio part again in iMovie on my phone. So you do not need a desktop computer to produce content, which is a common objection. If you watched this whole video through, please leave a like, please subscribe, and have a blessed day, yo.